Hello and welcome to week 8 of Friday Football Fever. And guys, I am not exaggerating when I say this is an episode like we have never had before. We had both playoff and regular season matchups. We had undefeated teams trying to avoid their first losses of the season. And right here at our game of the week, we saw, again, not an exaggeration, maybe the best moment of the high school football season so far. And going back to our game of the week, this was a showdown between HUTTO and Vandergrift. Both teams, the Hippos and the Vipers, boasted two of the best defenses in all of 25-6A.
We hit hard. Whenever we do execute well, we hit hard.
I think our defense is going to come out on top. We got a squad of guys over there, and they're always working hard.
We have a bad taste in our mouths right now about last week.
There's no egos.
They're district champs until somebody knocks them off. So they've got a good streak going right now.
We got a lot of new starters, and they've kind of realized that we've got a long-standing tradition, a great defense here, and they've realized their rules, and they're doing a really good job.
We just haven't put our best game on the field yet for our guys to know how good they are, and this Friday would be a good time to do that.
Let's get things moving with our QC Kinetics Game of the Week. Tonight's game started with a moment that I can only describe as unforgettable. Tommy Hartman is a team manager who is funny, he's smart, he's the life of the party, and he also has autism. Tonight on senior night, Tommy played in his first high school football game and scored a 49-yard touchdown. Vipers head coach Drew Sanders told us Tommy's favorite restaurant is Whataburger, and I think this play, along with that celebration that followed, definitely earned him a double meat, double cheese. Moments later, the Vipers' other running back, Bowen Lewis, said our backfield is loaded with stars. The captain took off for a 40-plus yard score of his own. To the second quarter, the Vipers were already up 2 scores when they reached into the bag of tricks. And this bag isn't paper or plastic. This is one of those Louis Vuitton Prada high-dollar bags. Ryan back to Graylin Spring to Cooper Dupree. That set up another Viper score. Vandergrift led 38-zip at the break. They went on to win this one 38-6. So guys, now that you've seen the highlights, you know the scores, you even saw that incredible moment from Tommy, you know a lot about what happened in our game of the week, but not everything. I had a chance to chat with my friend Emily GIANGRECO, who was right behind me on the sidelines for the entire game. And I said, Emily, when you talked to Coach Sanders after the game, what did he tell you? Emily's response, he said that this team was bomb. Emily, go on and break it down for us.
That's exactly what he said, Jeff. I mean, I don't even have to show the interview. You pretty much said it all. No, but really, the Vipers went up against one of the toughest defenses in their district, and they still managed to put up 38 points. That says a lot about this team. And normally, I don't like the final score to be the story of a game, but in this case, it is. Now, it was a 35 unanswered points in the first half, and Vandergrift only allowed 6 by the Hippos at the end of this one. Talk about succeeding in all 3 phases. This team seemed unstoppable tonight, and it's something head coach Drew Sanders isn't surprised to see. He says that they set a goal each week, and they tend to meet it.
You know, I think that they are practicing really hard each week. We're taking each week at a time, and we knew this week if we won, we punched our ticket to the playoffs. So we have concrete goals each week that we're shooting for, and they're doing that. It's a mature team, too. I mean, like they really understand what's at stake, and they care about each other. So there's a lot of great things going on with this team.
The last 5 games you guys have played, you have not allowed more than 2 touchdowns from an opponent. What does that say about your defense?
You know, I think we're beginning to get a pretty good defense, but, you know, we're not there yet. But I love the way we're playing. I really do. And I think that starts with our swarm. We run really hard to the ball. And so I'm really, really thankful for our guys and how hard they're playing right now.
You're undefeated. You punched your ticket, like you said. How proud are you of them?
I mean, I love my team, especially this team, because this team's been through a lot. You know, and I'm thankful we got to play tonight. I'm really thankful that Tommy got to have his moment, and, you know, there's a lot of things to be thankful for right now.
There is a lot of things to be thankful for, and Coach mentioned one, Tommy Hartman. He was the real story of tonight's game. He was part of a play that turned into an unforgettable moment, reminding us that football is bigger than final scores and highlights. It's a chance to create opportunities like this one. Hartman, who has autism, has been a key member on the Vandergrift football team, and normally he's on the sidelines helping out, but tonight the senior got his chance to be on the field with his team. A moment he'll never forget, Tommy running into the end zone, scoring a touchdown for the Vipers, and putting the biggest smile on everyone's face, no matter which team you're playing on or rooting for.
It felt really good. I mean, I was not expecting to play, but I did get a chance, you know, because I'm a senior. It's senior night at VANDEGRIFT, and they wanted me to honor me with a good touchdown run.
How long have you been working on that play, Tommy?
Been working on that for like 4 weeks or so.
And let me ask, when you finally got into the end zone, I saw you do the Macarena with your teammates. Why'd you guys choose the Macarena?
Well, because we decided that it was Mexican style and we wanted to do a dance, and I love dancing.
Do you? Let me see your best dance move. Awesome, Tommy. Well, congratulations. You did a great job, and you played a key role in tonight's win.
Yes, go Vipers.
You know, earlier in the week when I had a chance to talk with Coach as well as his players, they couldn't say enough great things about Tommy and just how amazing he is as a teammate. So to watch him tonight, it was just an unbelievable experience. Jeff, I know you saw it too. It's indescribable. I wish everyone was here to witness it, but thankfully we got it here on Friday Football Fever. So if you missed it, you just saw it.
We sure did get it here on Friday Football Fever, Emily. And, you know, in addition to maybe reaching out to Tommy for some football lessons, I might have to reach out to him for a few Macarena lessons, learn some dance moves from him. What I'm going to do now is show you from dance moves to some guys who have gone dancing in the tournament, in the playoffs. Classes 1A through 4A in our state actually kicked off playoff action this evening. And the only game tonight that involved two local teams, well, it looked like a really good one. Smithville hosted Wimberley. Let's show you what happened on the field down in Smithville. And you guys know that I love it when special teams are special. Smithville's Armonte Chase led everyone on a chase during this kick return. It didn't go all the way to the house, but it did do enough to get a few band members excited. Well, maybe they were excited about something else. But all eyes were on the field when Wimberley got the ball, already up 13-zip. The Texans wanted more. Josh Limely took the swing pass, made a few defenders miss. Well, he took the ball deep into the red zone. A few moments later, Carrick Lai took the handoff and bounced outside. Way outside. Wimberley moves on in this one. Last we checked, they were up 27-0. Emily, I hope you didn't go far because we need some more scores, and I hear you have them for us.
I'm right here, Jeff. Let's keep the 4A playoff scores going. We got LBJ 61 shutting out Pleasanton, and then we got Canyon Lake 48-27. That's your final score. And a few first-round 4A games that took place on Thursday. Lampasas 61-14. That's your final score. And then Giddings 48, another shutout against Manor New Tech.
Right back to the highlights. Westwood and Cedar Ridge met up at Reeves Complex, a place they call the Palace. And at least on this play, R.J. Martinez and Anais Vance look like kings. The 12-yard score put the Warriors up 14-zip, but the Raiders said we belong in the Palace too. I mean, at the very least, we are princes or counts or knights or something. Devin Turner tiptoed down the sideline. We'll call him the Baron of Balance. It wasn't all about the offense, though. That Westwood D-line, who I call the Dukes of Defense, had a party at the quarterback. Cedar Ridge, though, comes back to get a big victory in this one, 63-20. Not what I was expecting. Good win for the Raiders there. Emily, you got some more scores coming up for us?
I do, Jeff. I got more scores. Another 25-6A score we got. This was a close one. Stony Point 13, McNeil 12. Oof, 1 point. You'd hate to see that. And then Lake Travis 42 over Del Valley 13. Also, to 12-5A, it's a matchup between Central Texas, San Antonio. Canyon taking this one, 49, Lehman 7.
Oh, the San Antonio guys come out on top in that one. We'll get them next time, though. Don't worry. Guys, we have updated you on 10 games so far, and we have much more left to show you. Scores, highlights, our Band of the Week, and our Big Save Play of the Week nominees are all coming up next. Garcia to the show. And Jake, you picked a good time to join us because right now is when I get to tell all the people and you, I told you so. In our very first Friday Football Fever of the season, 8 weeks ago, I let everybody know that I think the Georgetown Eagles are going to be a big problem for everyone in town. Look at them now.
Jeff, I was raised to listen to my elders, so I knew you'd be right. Georgetown's only lost one game this season, and my elders will also probably know that tonight marked the renewal of a rivalry. Georgetown and Leander squaring off for the first time since 2015.
Emily, go get the tweezers. Jake's making fun of my gray hairs that are coming in. Guys, let's roll the highlights. Jake, you're talking about your elders. I don't know what that game in 2015 looked like, but I know what this one looked like tonight, and it was fun to watch. Georgetown's Darson Herman is a second-year starter, and sometimes experience teaches you just get the ball out of your hands quick and watch the fast guys work. Darson Herman threw that one to the outside and let his receiver take it all the way in for 6. That catch and run opened the scoring. Then it was time for some trickeration. Guys, we have the extended cut of this fake field goal to show you. We're going to watch this play develop. You think Leander's going to line up and kick a 22-yard field goal, but no, no, no. The question is, why settle for 3 when you can go all the way for 6? The Lions converted the fake. I'll tell you what, the Lions impressed me tonight, but just like I and the rest of Jake's elders tried to tell you, Georgetown is good. The Eagles were good enough tonight to secure a win. Final score in this one, 63-42.
All right, we'll stay in the same district. I call this one the Sun Bowl, Jeff. It's Anderson against Hendrickson. Anderson almost beat Georgetown last week, and they kept that same energy tonight. An unbelievable catch here by Gross Keel. One-handed snag in the tie, of course, goes to the offense. Anderson on the move, and a few plays later, smart idea to go right back to him. Touchdown catch for Keel. And all of a sudden, Anderson has gone down 21 to only down 7.
Wow.
But Hendrickson, the second best offense in this league for a reason, they'd get it going again and run away with it 52-24.
Everyone's got a favorite son. My mama says I'm hers. Back to the scoreboard for a big school game. Bastrop and Pflugerville Connolly both entered the week fresh off of wins. But who would earn their first win streak of the season? Well, guys, this was a 1-point game, 42-41. The Bears pull off a comeback victory and get win number 2 in a row, win number 3 on the season. Some small school playoff action going on tonight. The Llano Yellow Jackets stayed perfect on the year. They beat Marion in the first round of the playoffs. Actually, they're up on Marion right now. It looks like the score is 49-14 in the fourth. I'm going to go ahead and call that. The Yellow Jackets are winning. They're moving on to the second round. And check out that bottom score. Wow. I'm told Lexington had a touchdown called back due to penalty and got stopped on the goal line at the end of regulation, but they beat East Bernard 7-zip in double overtime. My goodness. The only place we can go from here is back to the highlights. Check out the beautiful view from House Park. I love it out there. Marble Falls taking on Navarro. The mishandled punt meant a quick 6 points for the Mustangs when they were back on offense. That slot T offense was rolling. Misdirection on every play can be tough to defend. Robert Adame took it off right tackle and into the red zone. Then take a look at this. Where'd the ball go? Where is the football? There it is. It's in the end zone. After 2 straight losses, the Mustangs are back to their winning ways. They beat Navarro. Final score 63-0.
Back to the scoreboard for some 2A playoff action. Thrall snuck in as the 4 seed in their division, and their reward, undefeated Normandy in the first round. And Normandy, they stay undefeated, beating Thrall 43-20.
Yeah, well, you hate to see the local guys lose. Thrall had a great season. We were out there actually before we started Friday Football Fever. Jake, you and I made it out for a few live shots early in their season. And, you know, something that we've seen all season long at the big schools and the small schools is that these atmospheres on game day have been outstanding, even in the pandemic. And at least part of that thanks goes to the bands. We honor a band of the week every week here on Friday Football Fever. And this week, that honor goes to the Georgetown Eagles. Take a listen. Well, welcome back to Friday Football Fever. He's Jake, I'm Jeff, and Jake, now is the time of the year for the big schools where it's basically win or go home. We know that Glenn and Cedar Creek both came into tonight with the playoffs being a real possibility, but if they didn't win tonight, things were almost over for them.
Yeah, and we've spent all year talking about COVID bubbles. It feels nice to be talking about two teams on the bubble of making the playoffs. And you're right, Jeff. The winner of this game pretty much locks up a spot in the postseason. The loser of this game pretty much a lock to not make the postseason. So let's head out to Bible Stadium, where Friday Night Lights started off as Friday Night Yikes for Cedar Creek. Opening kick of the game, and it's muffed. Glenn all over it, and a few plays later, it turned the turnover into points. Check out Noah Reichold riding his lead blocker and then taking on three guys to find the goal line. Touchdown Glenn as they jump on top early. Next Grizzlies possession, they're going back to the ground, and this time it's Josh Contreras. If you're not rolling the R, you're saying it wrong, Jeff.
Contreras.
There you go. Glenn rolls all over Cedar Creek. The Grizz headed to the playoffs, winners tonight, 49-21.
To a pair of local private school teams, Hyde Park hosted Brentwood Christian. The Panthers have struggled this season, but not tonight. Ryan Williamson hit Reagan Tunley on a slant, and is it just me, or did Reagan slow down so he could deliver a stiff arm to that defender?
I think he did.
All right. There was no slowing down for Jax Guyett. He kept his toes inbound for a nice grab down the right sideline. That set up another Williamson to Turnley score, and the Panthers close out their season with a win. Well, it looks like they're going to win. They are up right now 35-12 in the fourth quarter.
And back to the public schools. I have a public service announcement for everyone out there. Be afraid of Brenham when they're coming off a loss. The Cubs played mad tonight against Elgin. Here's Steven Stackhouse chucking it deep to Brandon Ward. That's just the beginning of the onslaught. Brenham leads 7-0. Next drive, Jason Lopez gets his number called. That makes it 14-0, and more of the same the rest of the game. Brenham blows out Elgin 59-7. Cubs get Cedar Creek next week to close out the regular season.
And if any of our viewers are going to have a chance to get out to that Cedar Creek Brenham game next week, well, wouldn't it be fun if they're wearing one of these Friday Football Fever shirts? Jake, the wind's trying to take it from me. Help me, Jake, help me. There we go. Well, guys, I want you to get your shot at one of these Friday Football Fever shirts, so I'm going to let my friend Emily GIANGRECO take a picture of us right now as we're talking. I'm going to post that picture on my Facebook, on my Twitter, and on my Instagram at Jeff Jones Sports. I will, at random, pick 3 people who are following me and who comment on that picture, and I will FedEx you one of these free Friday Football Fever t-shirts. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Friday Football Fever. He's Jake, I'm Jeff, and Jake, as you know, every week this season we are picking one student to honor as our PEC Power Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's someone who exemplifies the 3 G's, Jeff. They get good grades, they give back to the community, and they go all out in contributing to the fun on Friday nights.
3 G's, like decent cell phone service.
Yeah.
Well, this person's better than just
OGs.
decent cell phone service. Let's go ahead and show you who's getting this award this week. Congrats to Daniela Cudolzo, who is the head captain of the Pflugerville cheer squad. In that role, she leads and helps coach both the varsity and the JV cheer teams. She constantly looks for ways to keep school and community spirit up, even during a global pandemic. And she told us one of her favorite ways that she's ever found to give back is by raising money for breast cancer research, which is what she did just last month. These ways that she's found to make others happy, even through tough times, are memories that she will hold on to forever.
I feel very good, and just the fact that in the future I get to bring this with me and I get to tell people about it, because outside of cheer I like to be a leader, I like to mentor other people, I like to make sure everything's going to be okay. It's very important because everyone is like not at the best time right now, and it kind of sucks, especially for seniors or every grade actually. And even if you're outside of school, this has not happened to anyone so far, so this is just something to make sure that everyone's going to know it's going to be okay, it's not the end of the world, and hopefully we can just keep going.
So guys, if you know anyone who earns good grades, gives back to the community, and goes all out and contributing to the fun on Friday nights, let us know about him or her and send us an email at sports@kvue.com. Someone you know could be our next PEC Power Player of the Week. We'll be right back with our Play of the Week nominees.
Welcome back to Friday Football Fever. Now, each and every week on Friday nights, we see hundreds of awesome high school football plays. It's our job to pick out 3 of our favorites to show you as our Big Save of the Week nominees. We've picked out the 3, and this week, we'd like to start off by asking you to take a listen to this.
Now starting at running back, number 48, Tommy Hartman.
Starting at running back, number 48, Tommy Hartman. In his very first game, Tommy Hartman, a Vandergrift team manager with autism, rushed for a 49-yard touchdown. This play is called the T-dive. It's something the Vipers have worked on for weeks, and it comes with a side order of group dance, a little Macarena action with some hip swivels. That's what the kids call them, right, Jake? Hip swivels?
You are still my elder.
Yes, well, whatever they're called, they are well worth a Big Save of the Week nomination.
All right, play number 2. Cedar Creek might have seen its playoff hopes go down the drain, but hey, at least they emptied out the playbook. We got a throwback to the quarterback, Brock McLaughlin, spelled Brock McLaughlin. That's because he's laughing at how badly he fooled the defense on this one. Glenn would get the last laugh, though. Grizzlies over the Eagles tonight in Leander.
And last up, watch for the fake. Leander dialed up a fake field goal that worked so well, our photographer got a little faked out. No word on if the photographer stayed after to do some push-ups as punishment or not. In the end zone, we saw the Leander put 6 on the board instead of 3 right there, and that is the way to do it. Jake, the only thing missing from that awesome trick play?
What's that?
Some hip swivels.
Can we see them?
Well,
can we see them right now?
I don't know if we can break them out now, but next week.
Bring it around.
Look at them. Okay. Guys, that's all the time we have for Friday Football Fever. I'm going to go get a Whataburger meal for my man Tommy, and Jake, you're going to go work on those hip swivels, right?
That's right. Yep.
We'll see you tomorrow with even more local sports news on KVUE.